In my mind, babe, is where you spend the rest of your time, babe. Hey, okay, fine. So today we are going to talk about integration by parts. Integration by parts. And I'm going to focus on the shortcut method. Also known as the tabular method. Tabular method. So this is a very simple formula to use and quick that I would advise each and every student to employ when dealing with integration by parts or questions dealing with integration by parts. So when we are given a question, f of x, x e to the x, to integrate x e to the x dx, what we do, we take the first term, x, then e to the x. We are going to differentiate these ones, then we are going to integrate this side. So when we differentiate this side, we get 1. We differentiate it again, we get 0. When we integrate this side, we get e to the x. When we integrate again, when we integrate again, we get e to the x. When we integrate again, we still get e to the x. Now, with this, if you are told to integrate this one, the formula normally is u dv is equals to uv minus the integral of v du. So as you can see, this begins with a positive sign followed by a negative sign. And that is the same thing we are going to do here. We are going to begin with a positive sign followed by a negative sign, a positive sign, a negative sign, like that, until the last one. Like here, our last term is 0. To get our first term, when we are integrating x ex dx, to get our first term, it's going to be the sign followed by this x, then times this e to the x, e to the x. The next is the sign negative 1 followed by times e to the x, e to the x. The next one is plus 0 times e to the x, which is just simply 0. So we are going to have x e to the x minus e to the x plus a constant c. That's the answer. Or you can rewrite it as e to the x into x minus 1 plus c. As simple as that. Maybe we have a second example. Let's get the integral of x squared e to the x dx. So what we are going to do is write x squared. This side we write e to the x. We differentiate this. This is going to be, when we differentiate this side we are going to integrate. So when we differentiate this one, it's going to be 2x. When we differentiate again, it's going to be 2. When we differentiate this, it's going to be the third derivative. It's going to be 0. When we integrate this, it's going to be e to the x. When we integrate this, it's going to be e to the x. When we integrate this, e to the x, e to the x. We insert our signs, negative, positive, negative. And then, as we know now, to get the integral of that, it is going to be our sign plus x squared times e to the x. E to the x minus 2x times e to the x plus 2 times e to the x minus 0 times e to the x plus c. So this is going to be x squared e to the x minus 2x e to the x plus 2 e to the x plus c. And this is the answer. This is the answer. You can decide to factor out the e to the x. There is no problem. You'll still get the marks. As simple as that. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my video.